Okay, listen. Metal carbonyls. Metal carbonyls also belongs to one type of complex compounds only. So the metal is bonded with carbonyl compounds, means carbonyl group, CO group. Those are called metal carbonyls. So metal carbonyls means the ligands, all ligands are same. That's why the metal carbonyls are called homolactic complex compounds. Okay, see some important examples for metal carbonyls. NiCO4. These all are in metal carbonyls. The metal oxidation state is 0 because the CO is neutral ligand. The oxidation state of metal is 0. NiCO4, tetracarbonyl nickel 0. Its IUPAC name what ma? Tetracarbonyl nickel 0. So the geometry of NiCO4 is tetrahedral geometry and hybridization is sp3 hybridization ma. FeCO5, iron is bonded with 5 carbonyl groups or carbonyl ligands. Then its geometry is trigonal bipyramidal geometry, TBP, trigonal bipyramidal geometry, trigonal bipyramidal geometry. FeCO5, CO means cobalt, hexa carbonyl cobalt 0. It is octahedral complex. Its hybridization is sp3d2. sp3d2 hybridization. These all are only one central metal atom is only present. In two central metal atoms are present. Means Mn2CO 10 times. Mn2CO 10 times means 2 MnCO5. 2 MnCO5 carbonyl groups are joined with each other through metal-metal bond, forms Mn2CO 10 times. So from this, some objective questions they are asking: how many metal ligand bonds are present? How many metal ligand bonds are present? The metal and ligand bonds are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this side 5. Total 10 metal and ligand bonds are present. How many metal bonds are present? Metal bonds are how many present? One metal bond is present. One metal bond is present in Mn2 CO 10 times. Next CO2 CO 8 times. CO2 CO 8 times. So in that, if you are observing the geometry structure of the CO2 CO 8 times, two cobalt central metal atoms. In that, metal and ligand bonds. See, metal ligand bonds, how many are present? 1, 2, 3, and here 1, 2, 3 are present. 3 metal, 3 plus 3, 6 metal ligand bonds are present. 6 metal ligand bonds are present, and metal ligand metal bonds means bridged bonds. Metal ligand metal bonds, how many are present in CO2 CO 8 times? This is one, this is another one, means 2 are present. And metal bonds, how many are present? Metal bonds, only one is present. See, these two CO cobalt metal atoms are connected by the one metal bond. They are having two bridged bonds. The bridged bonds means what, ma'am? One ligand is connected by the two central metal atoms. Such bonds are called bridged bonds. B2H6 diborane structure, already in first PUC there we are studied in B2H6. In B2H6 structure, if you are observed that two BHP bonds or banana bonds or bridged bonds are present. Two BHP bonds. The remaining 4 BH terminal bonds are present. So like CO2 CO8 times, in that two metal ligand metal, two bridged bonds are present, because two carbonyl groups are connected by the two central metal atoms. And remaining metal and ligand means terminal bonds. These are the terminal. Metal and ligand bonds are called terminal bonds. How many terminal bonds are present? 6 are present. How many metal bonds are present? 1 is present. So these are the important structures or important examples of metal carbonyls, especially NiCO4, FeCO5, and hexa carbonyl cobalt 0. These are very simple molecules. These are the two central metal atoms are two metals containing complex compounds. Okay, in that what type of questions are present? How many terminal bonds? How many bridged bonds? Here no metal ligand metal bonds are zero. Means no bridged bonds present in Mn2CO 10 times. That is very important for objective. For objective exams, they are asking how many terminal bonds are present. Terminal bonds means metal ligand bonds are present in Mn2CO10 times. 10 are present. How many metal bonds are present? 1. How many metal ligand metal means bridged bonds are present? 0. But here terminal bonds are 6 and bridged bonds are 2 and metal bond is 1. That is present in CO2, CO 8 times. So next. Another important thing is, these are the important examples for metal carbonyls. Nature of bonding in metal carbonyls or nature of bonding in a metal carbonyls. That is important one. Compulsory in mains level and advanced and NEET level also they are asking the questions for nature of bonding or bonding in metal carbonyls. Let's listen. Nature of bonding in metal carbonyls. Metal carbonyls. See, here they have two types of bonds are present now. One is metal ligand. They has in between the metal and ligand has sigma and pi bond. In between metal and ligand, they have sigma and pi bond is present. How they form sigma and pi bonds are present in metal carbonyls? Let's see the ligand CO. Carbonyl group CO. So the CO, carbon and oxygen, in between the carbon and oxygen, 3 bonds are present. 2 covalent bonds, 1 dative bond is present. Carbon valency, according to octet group, carbon requires how many electrons are present? In outermost shell 8 electrons. Now 3 to the 6 plus 1 lone pair is present. And here the oxygen atom have only 1 lone pair is present. Out of 2 lone pairs electrons, one lone pair electron involving in dative bonding. Now it is the donor atom. Means 1 lone pair is present. It donates electrons to the metal ion, central metal ion. Then they forms metal ligand sigma bond. They forms metal ligand sigma bond. Okay. If metal is accepting electrons from lone pair electrons, means CO group. CO ligand donates pair of electrons to metal ion. Forms to metal ion to vacant orbitals of metal ion. Vacant orbital of metal ion forms sigma bond. Okay, it is clear now. If you update this structure, metal ions having some filled electrons already present. For example, copper plus 2 complex. If you update that, the vacant orbitals of copper means because transition metals. Why the transition metals are transition elements forms complex compounds? Because the availability of vacant d orbitals. They have some filled d orbitals are present as well as availability of vacant d orbitals, ns and nt and nd orbitals or n minus 1 d orbitals. Vacant d orbitals are present. That vacant d orbitals forms except pair of electrons from ligands, they form sigma bond according to VBT theory. They form sigma bond. And the metal central metal ion also having excess of electrons are present. After bond formation, see, in between the triple bond is present and oxygen loss electrons, that's it has positive charge. CO, loss electrons, one donates one pair of electrons, that's why it has positive charge is present. The metals has excess of electrons. This excess of electrons automatically to reduce this positive charge, what happens now? Then this positive charge is reduced, then carbon having positive charge. Means vacant orbitals are present. This vacant orbitals of carbon and the central metal ions having excess of electrons. This excess of electrons are donates to the vacant orbitals of carbon. Then it is called back bonding. So due to back bonding effect in between metal and carbon forms double bond. So what it is, one is sigma bond, another one is pi bond is present. So what type of bonds are present in between metal and ligands in carbonyl compound? Sigma and pi bonds are present. So how that pi bond is forming? Due to back bonding effect. Due to back bonding effect, pi bond is forming in between metal and ligands. So in metal carbonyls, what is the bond order of CO? Bond order of CO is equal to 3. But in metal carbonyls, let's see, very important point one. In metal carbonyls, bond strength or bond order increased between metal and carbon and C and O, carbon comma oxygen decreases. In between the carbon and oxygen decreases. Carbon and oxygen. In between the metal and carbon, bond order or bond length, bond order or bond strength increases, but in between carbon and oxygen decreases. Why means? Because in the free CO group is present, in which its bond order is equal to 3. But in metal carbonyls, due to the formation of back bonding, they forms double bond in between metal and carbon and oxygen, the triple bond becomes double bond. So its bond order, what happens now? Its bond order is equal to 2, and here bond order also is equal to 2. So in between the CO bond order, what happens? CO bond order decreases, and metal and carbon bond order increases. Actually, mostly, if you observe that it's one bond is present, bond order is equal to 1, but due to back bonding effect, bond order becomes 2. So due to back bonding effect, in between the metal and carbon, they form sigma bond as well as a pi bond. Sigma and pi bond, 2 bonds are forming, means the bond order increases, bond strength increases, bond length decreases between the metal and carbon. But in between the carbon and oxygen, what happens now? Bond order is decreased from 3 to it's 2, it becomes 2, and bond order is decreased, means bond length between the carbon and oxygen increases in metal carbonyls. So in metal carbonyls, what is the nature of bonding between metal and ligand? They have sigma and pi bond is present. The pi bond is, the formation of pi bond is due to back bonding effect, because the central metal atom having more electrons density is present, that excess of electrons are donates to the vacant orbitals of carbon and involves in back bonding. That back bonding is called pi bond. Therefore CO ligands in carbonyl compounds, therefore CO ligands acts as sigma donor, means they donates one electron pair. Due to the donation of one electron pair, they form sigma bond. That's why it is called sigma donor. Sigma donor. After that, what happens? It is accepting some electrons from excess of electrons on central metal atom by the back bonding effect. So it accepting electrons and forms pi bond. That's why those are called pi acceptors. So the carbonyl group or CO ligand. CO ligand is very strong field ligand. We know that. And CO ligand also called as sigma donor and pi acceptor. CO ligand acts as a sigma donor and pi acceptor in its carbonyl compounds or in its metal carbonyl compounds. Metal carbonyl compounds are any complex compounds. Okay, that point is very, very important. So what is the nature of bonding in metal carbonyls? The bond between the metal and carbon is sigma and pi bond is present. In between the metal and carbon, they have sigma bond. The sigma bond is formed due to the donation of pair of electrons from CO ligand to the central metal atom. The pi bond is formed by the back bonding effect. That's why the CO ligands also called as, or CO ligands also known as sigma acceptor. Sigma donor and pi acceptor, also known as a sigma donor and pi acceptor. It is very, very important. Okay, this is about metal carbonyls. Let's see next, stability of complex compounds. Stability of complex compounds. Okay, complex compounds in its solutions, means complex compounds in aqueous solutions or in its solutions, they exist in equilibrium state. They exist in equilibrium state between metal, ligands and complex. Exist equilibrium state in its solutions. So they are existing in equilibrium state, means they have equilibrium constant. That equilibrium constant is also known as a stability constant. Existing equilibrium state has equilibrium constant known as stability constant. Stability constant. The stability constant, stability constant K or beta, whatever it may be. The stability constant increases stability constant increases complex stability increases. Stability constant value increases, complex stability will be increases. But the stability constant is two types. Stepwise stability constant and overall stability constant. Overall stability constant. Stepwise stability constant and overall stability constant. See, for example, formation of Ml4 complex. Formation of Ml4 complex. Let's see M plus L stepwise. M plus L forms Ml and its equilibrium constant is K1. That is called stepwise first step. Stepwise stability constant is equal to concentration of Ml by concentration of M into concentration of L. Next, Ml plus L then forms Ml2. Then K2 is equal to concentration of Ml2 by concentration of Ml into concentration of L. And Ml2 plus L, then their equilibrium constant is K3, forms Ml3. Then K3 is equal to Ml3 by Ml2 into concentration of L. And Ml3 plus L forms Ml4 finally. So the formation of Ml4 complex in how many steps, ma'am? 4 steps. In that each state the equilibrium constant is known as stepwise constant. Each step the equilibrium constant is known as a stepwise constant. K4 is equal to concentration of Ml4 by concentration of Ml3 into concentration of L. This is the stepwise. For example, the formation of Ml4 complex N plus 4L is converted into Ml4 in the single step. Then the equilibrium constant is known as beta. Then beta is equal to overall stability constant. The beta is equal to overall stability constant is equal to concentration of Ml4 by concentration of M into concentration of L4. Concentration of L4. If you are observed that the beta, if you multiplied one K1, K2, K3, K4, this Ml all numerators will cancel, just Ml4 only will come. This M and L, Ml all will cancel, 1, 2, 3, 4 ligands are present and finally M will come. This Ml, this Ml2 and this Ml3 will cancel. Then finally we will get beta is equal to K1 into K2 into K3 into K4. So overall stability constant is equal to the product of the all stepwise constants. For example, n steps are present for the formation of MLN complex. Then K1, K2, K3, K4, K up to Kn. The product of K1, K2, K3, K4 is equal to the overall stability constant. Overall stability constant. Okay. So overall stability constant is more, then complexes will be more stable. Overall stability constant value increases, the complexes will be more stable. Among the stepwise stability constants, always K1 is more than K2 and then K3 and then K4. K1 value will be more when compared to K2, when compared to K3 and then K4. Okay, that is very, very important one. And one more important point is Instability constant. Instability constant. Instability constant is equal to 1 by stability constant. The inverse of stability constant is known as instability constant. For example, stability constant or overall stability constant. Overall stability constant. Overall stability constant. If the overall stability constant value increases, then instability constant value decreases. The inverse of overall stability constant is known as instability constant. Instability constant. So, stability of complexes. The stability of complexes mainly depends on their overall stability constant. Overall stability constant value increases, then the stability of complexes will be increases. The formation of complexes in stepwise or overall, completely in a single step or maybe in stepwise. In every if the formation of complex in stepwise, in every state the equilibrium constant is known as stepwise stability constant. If it is formation in single step, then the equilibrium constant is known as overall stability constant. It is represented by beta. Stepwise stability constants are represented by K1, K2, K3, K4, K5, Kn like. So this is about stability of complexes. Okay, almost 99% all concepts were covered related to complex compounds chapter, and last concept is there, that is the applications of complex compounds. What are the importance or applications of complex compounds? This is also they are asking in one more questions or maybe in objective. In theoretical questions they are asking in objective examination, especially for NEET and CET examination. Okay, see important applications. Importance and applications. Applications of complex compounds. See, what are the important applications? See, in so many fields, complex compounds we are using. So, for example, in biological importance. Biological importance. Biological importance means, see, blood contains hemoglobin. That hemoglobin contains iron +3. So not iron in +3 state, no, +2 state. Hemoglobin. Hemoglobin complex contains iron in +2 state. So in hemoglobin, what is the oxidation state of iron or central metal ion? What is the central metal ion? Iron, and its oxidation state is +2. Hemoglobin. And chlorophyll. Chlorophyll contains cobalt in +3 state. Green pigment, chlorophyll is a green pigment. It is a complex compound in that central metal atom is cobalt. Its oxidation state is +3. Vitamin B12 is also one type of complex compound. It contains, chlorophyll contains magnesium, not cobalt one, sorry. They contains magnesium ions, Mg +2 state, and vitamin B12 is exists in cobalt +3. Okay, so this is the biological importance. Already removal of hardness of water or estimation of hardness of water. estimation of hardness of water. Estimation of hardness of water. For estimation of hardness of water, hardness of water means they contain Ca plus 2 and Mg plus 2 ions. Calcium and magnesium ions are present. For that estimation, EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetate, EDTA we are using. EDTA used for the estimation of hardness of water because the EDTA forms stable complex with calcium and magnesium ions. The next one is catalyst. So the complex compounds also we are used as a catalyst, especially that is Wilkinson catalyst. Already I said the Wilkinson catalyst hybridization is DsP2 hybridization square planar geometry. Tris triphenyl phosphine rhodium chloride is known as Wilkinson catalyst. This is used for the hydrogenation of isolated double bonds into single bond. It is a selective catalyst for the hydrogenation of isolated double bonds, means single double bonds, not in conjugated double bonds. So in that case, Wilkinson catalyst we are using for hydrogenation of double bonds. Hydrogenation of double bonds. Wilkinson catalyst. Next, and another importance of complex compounds is for medicinal chemistry or for medicines. For example, cis PtCl2NH3 twice is used for cancer treatment. Especially for cisplatinum or cisplatinum complexes are used for the cancer treatment. Okay. And however, the next in metallurgy, let's see, another one is in metallurgy. In metallurgy, the extraction of noble metals. Noble metals means gold, silver are extract when treated with sodium cyanide. When treated with sodium cyanide, forms AuCN twice minus complex or AgCN twice minus complex. And electroplating process. Electroplating. In electroplating process means what? Coating of metals. For example, silver coating do you want means excess of silver they are converted into soluble complex. Excess of silver they are converted into soluble complex in the form of AgCN twice minus. So that is in electroplating process, and metallurgy process, extraction of metals, then complex compounds are using. In electroplating process also that we are using. And in photography we know that in photography development of negative, for development of negative, the negative contains silver bromide, AgBr is present. The development of negative or fixing of negative. What happens now that negatives just we are washing with hypo solution. Hypo solution formula Na2S2O3 sodium thiosulfate. This is called hypo solution. Then they forms one soluble complex. The excess of silver bromide on negative combined with hypo solution forms complex compound. Then forms Na3 AgS2O3 twice. silver complex will form plus NaBr. So in photography also this complex compounds we are using, means for development of negative and fixing of image. Then what happens now, that negative just we are dipping in hypo solution or washing with hypo solution. Then the negative contains silver bromide combined with hypo solution forms complex. Sodium dithiocyanato, silver 1. Silver 1. What is the oxidation state of silver? Here, +1. Not silver 1 because it is negative complex. Then argentato 1. Argentato 1. So in that complex, the oxidation state of silver is +1. Next, and another importance of the complex compounds is, for example, in qualitative analysis, for identification of ammonium salts, in qualitative analysis, identification of ammonium salts, we are using one important reagent. What is that reagent, ma? Nessler's reagent. What is the Nessler's reagent? Nessler's reagent is a complex compound or coordination compound. Its formula is K2HgI4. K2HgI4 in qualitative analysis. For identification of ammonium salts, we are using Nessler's reagent. Already in practicals we did that. And also for identification of nitrogen and sulfur elements. If nitrogen and sulfur elements in Lassen's test, for detection or identification of nitrogen and sulfur elements, when combined with sodium forms Na. Sodium thiocyanate, sodium isothiocyanate, NCS will form. This sodium isothiocyanate is also of Na, NCS combined with FeCl3. Ferric chloride forms red blood color complex. What is that red blood color complex? Na3 FeCN6 plus 3 NaCl. This complex color, what is the color of this complex? Red blood color. So this is the importance of qualitative analysis. In qualitative analysis, for identification of ammonium salts, we are using Nessler's reagent. Its formula is K2HgI4. And detection of or identification of elements present in organic compounds, especially for detection of nitrogen and sulfur in Lassen's test. Lassen's test, what happens? Organic compounds or covalent compounds